Hi, Shruthi. This is Nadia from zenonco.io and Love Heals Cancer. We guide cancer patients on adopting an integrative oncological treatment approach. We help them find the balance between medical treatment and complementary treatment approaches. We also help patients with our oncologists, our lab experts, nutritionists, and other healthcare professionals so that the entire outcome for the patient's treatment is at its best, correct? So we also help in doing this. We try to help connecting more and more patients together and survivors and caregivers like yourself here today on on record here to talk to us about your story. And through this, when other survivors and other caregivers see their queries are being able to be answered, they are a lot of them tend to feel that they're alone at this time, and we are trying to reduce that as much as we can. Today, we have Shruti here to speak her stories, to speak her truth to us. Shruti, you can take it from here. You are the one in the story. Please do share us your story. We can't wait to hear you. Take it. It's yours.
Thanks, Nadia, for the introduction, and I'm so glad that you all are doing because it's so needed. When I was diagnosed back in 2016, I didn't have this kind of community where I could talk to, but I'm glad that I could be a part of it, and that's why I'm here because I feel that stories like this, stories like mine, can make a difference to anybody who's going through cancer or surviving it, or even even the caregivers, as you are telling, need that kind of support and the wisdom for their family members whom they are taking care of. So I would start from, obviously, the first thing was the diagnosis. How I found that I got cancer was in 2016. I thought there was a lump over here which I could feel, and I thought it must be a badminton shot because I was quite into sports. It must be some sort of inflammation there, but it was not going. It was hurting, and I was in touch with my doctor friend, and he said that why don't you go and get an X-ray done. So went ahead and got an X-ray done. The person over there who was taking the X-ray said that it's a sign of some TB. It can be TB. So get your test done and everything. And I ran to the doctor, and that doctor had prescribed certain amount of test. My WBC was very high. So they said then go for an FNAC, and in FNAC it's like a needle insertion on the throat, and it was really painful. And then in the reports came that it might be Hodgkin's lymphoma. Now, what is Hodgkin's lymphoma? I didn't have any clue what, obviously, like a lay person like me who didn't know anything don't know much about these medical terms. We Google, we use the Google, use Google as
All
our
time favorite
all
companion.
that way, yeah. So went to Google, and it said that Hodgkin's lymphoma is a form of cancer. I said, what bullshit? Can't be. Just can't be. And I must have visited around 50, 60 websites to confirm whether it is cancer or not. And but the terms that time were coming: immune system, this system cancer, immunity cancer, WBC cancer. I didn't understand all this. What is immunity? What is cancer for that matter? It was tough for me to understand. But then it was cancer, and I didn't know what to do. I remember I was traveling in after my reports came. I was traveling to a acupuncturist. I was taking some treatments because I was really feeling low in energy, and drained out all the time, and my body was giving some symptoms. I was just not able to understand it. I thought probably these kind of treatments will help me, uh, rejuvenate and give me my energy back. And my tears started coming. I was wearing a dark glass, and my tears started coming. And I don't know what hit me. Like, I had no clue what I was talking to, whom I was talking to, what did I tell to the rickshaw fellow over there. I was taking the treatment, but my eyes were completely wet. And my needleist, the acupuncturist, thought that it's because of the pain of the needles. And then I remember calling my parents, because my parents that time used to stay in states, in New York. And I told them that this news about this is something like that, and the FNAC report says this. So they were trying to pacify me that maybe we can go for more tests. We have to go for more tests to find out actually what it is. And then obviously then series of tests and biopsies and your PET scans and all that confirmed that I was on the second stage, high grade uh, metastatic cancer, which was growing very fast. So I was completely in a denial mode. And but I was going through a tough period in my life where I had just shifted from my ex husband to a new place, from being into a couple relationship, suddenly, just giving. Suddenly, I was into my new home and setting up it. And I was a fashion designer back then. I had a store. I had to shut it down because I was going through personal issues and monetary issues, so many issues that time. So to take me to accept something that why this question obviously came, why me? I mean, what does God want from me now? Like, I'm already going through so many hurdles, and why this hurdle has got right just right now when I'm trying to rebuild my life. And my parents were not there. There were not many friends whom I could just share this, and I didn't really wanted to share. And luckily my brother was traveling to India, and he came after 3 4 days of this. And then I had, obviously, when he was there, I had to go to see like couple of doctors to reconfirm what is the treatment like, what is going to happen, will I need someone, not someone. And all I could hear is, you will need someone, you lose hair and you will get weak, and it's a form of cancer which is easily treatable, and don't need to really worry about it. But the term cancer is so frightening, and when you go to that clinic where so many patients you see and you see their condition, I was just like, oh no, I can't go through this. I didn't have the strength to go through this. And I told my parents, I told everyone that I really don't do this treatment. I'm going to go to the alternative ways and see how I feel, because it's just it's too painful to go through this. So somehow my parents understood, and then we started the nutrition way, in the sense I gave off sugar, started detoxing my body. Also, I started some Ayurvedic medicines. Also, I started some treatments like ozone and all these therapies. I was getting better. It is not that I was not getting better. But I got diagnosed in April, and till say September, October, I was doing fine. My CRP levels actually went down.
Hmm.
But in November, uh, I started coughing, and my lump used to come out. It started bleeding. It actually came out from the point of the biopsy, and I was bleeding every night. I was coughing, and it was just I was just throwing out food. I couldn't digest it. I didn't know what went wrong, what and where I went wrong there. And that time I didn't understand all this about how internally you should also heal yourself. How important it is to accept it, first of all, and accept what you're going through, accept that this has come for a reason in your life, and also about letting go and forgiveness. I was holding on to so many emotions. I was holding on to so much of anger and fear and whatnot inside. I didn't take care of that. Though, you read so many books, you kind of meet people and all they said about this. But that point of time, I was just fighting it out. I was not accepting it. That was one of the major points, and I just shut myself from the world, and I didn't want to talk to anyone. That was some conditioning of my mind. I was like, no, I'm gonna. I was thinking I'm all alone. I have to go through this all alone, and I will go through this all alone. Like, I'll just show the world that I can do it. I had such an, that was like my ego talking that time.
Mm.
But as my condition was getting worse, I had to take a resort of the chemotherapy, and because I gave myself some time, and my parents also said, "See, you've given yourself time." Everybody was saying, "Now just go the conventional route." So in February, my treatment started, and I had some time. I decided in Jan that I have to go through this. So this 2 weeks I had to actually prepare myself, and in this 2 weeks, I met certain people. I actually started accepting that, whatever it is, I'm going to face it. Even if it's chemotherapy, I'm going to take one day as it comes and see. I think it's just fear of unknown. And, just when you kind of accept what you're going through, a lot of channels get open. For me, at least that happened. And right people started coming in my life. Started meeting a lot of people who have gone the conventional way but have taken nutrition also in in somebody's guidance and have healed. Some people who just reversed through without taking any therapies, the conventional therapies. But what did they do was something amazing. And through that, I thought that let me devise my own way. Like, I will go through the conventional therapies, but I'm really going to work on myself, like healing internally. This is something which I didn't do earlier. And then I started talking. I remember went to this homeopath, and all I did was just talking for 2 hours, and I was shedding out, shedding out, shedding out. I was crying and crying and crying and crying and letting go of all that I was holding on since my childhood. So, and I felt so relieved. I felt so comforting after that. And I started writing, like every day I was journaling, and I journaled my cancer journey. I journaled every emotion which I was going through. So this, and then the chemotherapy started. Obviously, the first chemo was very tough, very, very tough. Very good. It was like it was intravenously given because I could not take the port. There was too much of congestion in my chest areas and all because of the lump. So the first chemo had to go through the intravenously, and it was like so painful. My veins completely went black in the first one, and I was getting nauseous and all those symptoms were what the cancer patients go through. I had all those symptoms. Whereas I was talking to doctors about what nutrition I could have because I went wrong in some way. And they were like, you eat whatever you want. And I didn't agree to it, really didn't agree to it because there's a reason why food is so important and nutrition is so important in your getting cancer and also treating. So then with the help of one guidance, I changed completely my lifestyle, like completely. I was absolutely heavily on dairy and taking lots of ghee and all that, milk and all. Gave up that. Sugar was gone, gluten was gone, and was very highly into juicing and vegetables and fruits and all that. In 4 chemos, I bet you not. My cancer was gone, like clear, 99% resolution. And my doctors were amazed, like, how did you do this? What did you do? And I said, I think it's the power of the mind. And I started meditating, started doing a lot of pranayams, having a lot of supplements like wheatgrass and whatnot. Like, there was something which I was following thoroughly, and being positive every day. Even if I couldn't get up, I was like, no, this is just one of the days, and tomorrow is going to be better, and I'll go through it smilingly. And remember, my nurses were so positive, and uh, I was just smiling throughout the treatment because I knew that this is something which is, it is happened to my body, not to me. it is a part of my body, not the full part of me. And I started making this connection with my own self and my own soul, and I knew that something's bigger and better inside. This is just, outside worldly things maybe I am going through. And then my obviously I my doses were reduced in chemotherapy, and I'm so glad that it did. And I've sailed through the chemotherapy pretty well. Obviously, there are some days where you just are not good, and some days are absolutely good. But not many complications, not at all any complications for because I was taking really good care. I was very disciplined in doing my exercising, my meditation, my food, and my parents helped. And as a caregiver, my parents were completely there for me, and they came from US. My mom was she learned all the ways of nutrition, and we completely changed into whole plant based diet. And I was feeling better. I started to work. I actually did a wedding during I was working. I designed for a bride, and obviously it was something which I really enjoyed. And I think God gave me that strength. And the strength was also something where I built it. Something was telling me inside that there's something bigger and better coming for you. And I decided that if I get better, I'm definitely going to pay it forward. I am not going to stop here. I'm going to share my experiences. I'm going to make a difference in somebody's life, because I feel this is my purpose. I found my
I still cannot believe you did a wedding gown while doing this. That is not an easy feat at all.
it is not.
Wow.
Not. It is.
Okay.
I think something was telling me to, just don't stop. And I remember having a very see. Once you accept it, once you know that it is not going to bother you, you can talk about it. You can, like, I am talking about my journey as if, I can talk to my journey because it has changed me. And I feel it's my duty and responsibility to share it, because it can help and resonate with so many other people.
Absolutely.
Life won't stop here. Life doesn't stop here. And you just need to have this positive attitude toward throughout your journey, afterwards also. It's up to you to get better or better. It's just taking that responsibility in your hands.
Hmm.
Whether you have the top doctor, you top nutritionist, or top therapist, but until and unless you don't take that responsibility, it doesn't work. So I felt that I have to do greater good in this world, and something like this has come to change me, and I accepted it. And I refused radiation totally. I didn't want to go through radiation, though my doctors were saying that you need it because of the lump was quite big, and you never know, it be like I didn't get the answers properly, because they were saying, oh, you can do it or not do it. It's your choice, but it's just good to have a safer option. But I think I told the doctors I want to give myself 6 months and see how I feel, how my body responds. If I get the symptoms, I can definitely come back to you. And touch wood, from there onwards, no symptoms. And I shifted places. I thought my treatment was going on from Bombay, and then I shifted to Jaipur because I just wanted different energy, different people in my life, and wanted to do something different. Just
Amazing.
change it. Yeah, so then I came to Jaipur and started just meeting people and just talking about. I just wanted to take a break because your body goes through so much, and I wanted to rebuild it the way I want it. And I started doing a lot of strength training exercises and yoga and pranayams, and absolutely taking care of my nutrition. Started traveling. What I really wanted to do, I started traveling and started trekking and so many other things which I thought that I missed in life. I don't want to miss in life anymore. So I started doing that and meeting people, and people started actually resonating with me. And I I kind of, got this opportunity with one company where I started working as a health coach. And that time when I made the difference to so many people, I thought that I want to take it professionally. And I enrolled myself into these courses, eCornell, and I worked with Sharan and so many other people I worked with. And then in during this lockdown, I understood that it's time has come for me to pave my own path and start my own wellness company and wellness thing and wellness coaching, and I started doing that as well. And it's a blessing in disguise. Actually, COVID for me is a blessing in disguise. I have
A lot of ways people are seeing it right now. But anyway,
I've enjoyed taking sessions and doing juice fasting and water fasting with people and making a difference to somebody's life. And I want to take things ahead, and that's how I keep reading Akash's post, and I was like, one day, I don't know, yesterday I just saw this gentleman's profile, and I said, I think I should approach him and share my story also. It'll probably make a difference. And here I am, from a fashion designer to a health coach. So,
I
yes.
mean, experience is everything. There's no right way, I think, that people would want
No,
to do it. It's never
yeah,
there. You pave your path. And clearly, for the kind of person you are, it's it's very blatant and clear that you have actually paved your path here.
yeah,
You've actually done it on your own.
yeah,
Like you found out what are your what all you need to cope with, what all you tried to do, what all you strategize to cope with what you're going through. And it's just wonderful for me to even go through it with you. You took me back and then brought me with you to where
yeah,
you are right now.
yeah.
It's wonderful. What a wonderful journey that was. You actually said how at one point in time when all you thought that, okay, this is never ending, why me, all those questions. I mean, there are so many people out there having those same questions and in the same place right now as we speak.
Yes, it is. It is
So
very difficult to reckon that thing which you're going through, and it's so confusing, and you just don't want to accept it. Just want to probably take it as a bad dream and wake up and everything. You want everything to be fine, but that doesn't happen. So I understand what people go through. It's tough. It's tough. But there are, if we don't tag that moment, like I now know that if whatever happens in our life, if we don't give that tagging that this is good and this is bad, later on you'll realize whatever you thought was bad is the best, I think. Now I feel cancer happened to me was the best thing in my life. I changed completely 360 degrees. You know,
complete new personality out here.
absolutely new. I'm much more happier. I live life now. I was not living. I was not experiencing life. Just going through life. I'm now experiencing. Even if right now, if I go through my moments where I am not. I'm reacting. And stop and pause and think. Why am I reacting? How does it matter? Will it matter to you for the next 5 years of your life? So I'm absolutely, it just gives, it starts the moment of taking that one step towards taking responsibility to everything of your life.
You
So,
couldn't have said it more beautifully. Like taking that one moment to actually think back and, okay, why am I reacting to this? Why does it matter to me? And
yeah,
then your whole perspective changes. Your whole, I mean, the way you look at the situation changes.
absolutely.
Your perspective changes. Everything changes. And
Yes.
then you're more enlightened. You be
Yeah,
the bigger person,
yeah,
I guess.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that is
Absolutely.
that is where that is the positive side. Like you're always going forward that way.
Yeah, and there is always something new to learn.
Yeah.
Like I still am learning. I'm still learning. I can't say I'm absolutely enlightened. There are moments where I start reacting, but that the experience which I've gone through has made me realize There are people who are suffering, and you're not suffering at all. There are so many bigger, better things which you can spend your energies to, just uh, putting down someone, or just having bad conversations, or I don't even waste my time with someone, something it's not relating to me, because time is so precious, life is so precious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The value of time, the value of life. You wake up with a sense of gratitude, like, oh, this is a second coming for me. Isn't it?
Absolutely, gratitude is something which changed my life.
Tell us
uh,
about
I think I was the most ungrateful person. Before, I had everything. I had like good husband, I had good life, I had good profession, I was, blessed with a good body, with good health, but somehow you just take things for granted, and you don't value people in your life. I didn't value my parents so much. But now my parents are like, my God, like, I
it.
have deep gratitude for everyone who has taught me less. I won't even say like bad moments. They are like lessons which I've learned, whether they've done good to me or bad to me. I think that has taught me and made the person I am today. So gratitude for everyone, actually, each and everything which has come into my life. I think
Hmm.
once people start having gratitude, their attitude changes. That's what.
Oh, so well put. So well put. The attitude changes. Yes. And it also calls for none of this would have happened if you had not taken care, that self examination, that,
Hmm.
okay, something is here. Okay, I think I should check it up with the doctor. That attitude, if you did not have, it could have gotten, this whole journey could have gone a different route.
Absolutely. No, I love the fact that um, I was very aware as to what has happened, and I could have gone third stage, fourth stage, but because I was very vigilant and I was like, what is this? And I had to speak to somebody, and I spoke to my friend, I'm glad, and and my parents also pushed me, go to the doctor, get your blood test and get your blood test. Before that, I'll tell you very important and interesting thing. My body was showing symptoms since a year, and I did not at all, because I was going through so much stress, and I was thinking probably it's just stress which I'm going through. My B12, D3, everything was low. I was also eating a lot of sugar, lot of sugar. I was eating out. I was bloating. Had high acidity levels. I was not sleeping well. Though I was going to I was going for my fitness classes and everything, but I was not sleeping well. My body was aching, like it was like aching, and I completely ignored whatever my body was showing me. I could have actually, had I known that these are the symptoms, or little bit I had known that, eating a lot of sugar means there are some cravings. Why is your body craving? Now I understood, if your body is craving, that means there is some deficiency or there is something wrong. Had I known this, I would have actually probably, gotten better that time only, and, had detoxed or something. So, knowledge is so important. It is so important for us. Right now, during COVID, everybody is now looking at health things and going through so much, like, okay, have vitamin C, zinc, what is immunity, what is immune system. I had learned that time only in 2016 what is immune system and how do we keep it intact and everything, because it was an immune cancer.
Yes. Yes.
So I feel people, just uh, until and unless something really bad doesn't happen, they don't wake up.
Yeah.
But these times are like, you need to have good knowledge, and because the way we are going, COVID, after COVID, there must be some other virus, but we need to understand that our health is the only thing, only wealth we have. and we need to start taking care of it unless and until it's too late. Why to start late? Just start now.
The importance of starting right now.
Absolutely right.
Having that discipline rather than
Yes.
waiting for you to get there, right?
Yes, yes. Absolutely. So many people just wake up when they are have heart attacks or have something bad, and sometimes it's so difficult to reverse certain conditions. You have to take the help of medicines, or you have to be lifelong on some things. But if you have that thought that I need to keep my body clean and healthy, then you will start taking care of it in much earlier. And I feel even as kids, the parents, what the parents are doing, or how they're bringing their kids up, that also makes a lot of difference.
Oh, yes, I agree very much because more or less your whole lifestyle changes. The lifestyle that they teach you, and then suddenly all of this has happened, then your whole lifestyle changes and you take control of it.
Yes, yes.
Right? In your story, I think that is the highlight of it. Finally, you took control of it and you said, no, this is what I am going to do. If
Yeah,
I need to reach this and this is where I want to be, I need to make these changes. And that starts with
absolutely.
me.
Absolutely. And still, as we were discussing, very strict with my routine. I'm strict. It's not that I don't have fun. I travel the world. But I am strict with what I know, what my body will feel like eating, and doing exercise and all. I am taking care of it. Yeah.
It's a balance. You're
It's a
doing both.
absolute.
The best, everybody knows their own balance,
Yes.
right? Everybody
Yes.
knows what is good for their body, a certain amount of knowledge that they are living in this body, so they will know, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
It's just so inspiring, your words, the way, the kind of power with which you're talking right now, the smile, and like, I have seen this, I have gone through this, now I can go through anything. It's that
Yeah.
kind of attitude.
I'm not even seriously afraid of COVID. It's like what? It's just a virus.
It's just so wow.
Once
Yeah,
you know the mechanism, once you know the mechanism of your body, once you know the mechanism of the virus, you can handle it. Even if it happens, I know that my body will be able to handle it because I've kept it very clean. My immune system, I know how it's working. It's also in tuning with yourself. It's also calming your nerves. Like my stress levels was so high that time, and now I know that what calms me down. How can I actually come into these moments where there's no point in even getting angry on something. How many nerves get disturbed, how your cells get disturbed, how what is the effect. So it's all, as I told you, that knowledge which comes with all this, the wisdom which comes, you will not react. Why will you do something wrong for your body?
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And tell us about how, when you first got those reports that said, okay, now you're cancer free, what was your reaction?
I was hugging my parents so hard. My doctor was like, I still remember her face. She was so happy. And it was when I showed those reports to anyone, 99% resolution and 4 chemos. And I wish I had stopped there. I wish I had not taken, but the protocol was such that I had to complete it. Uh,
Hmm.
but that sort of satisfaction when you do so much, and you have failed once, and then again you do something, and then you get the results, and you were like, wow, like this is something which is you've just been waiting for. I think it was like how you get the first, you wait for your results when you were a child.
Ah, yes.
Like a good distinction marks. It was completely like that.
Oh my God, I
I
can imagine.
no, the fact that I told my doctor to do. They usually do the PET scans after the sixth.
Right.
What they said, but I was insisting do it at fourth. I don't know why. I was telling them, let's do it, and she agreed to me. And After the fourth chemo, I was like, wow, amazing.
And you didn't have to go for checkups after that? Like, what was
I
the protocol after that?
uh, so I had to obviously complete the cycles. Like there were 12 cycles,
Hmm.
6 into 2. But considerably, I told that I want the doses to be decreased. I don't want this harsh medicines going inside. And also, I was uh, after the cancer. Obviously, you have to. I keep checking my blood reports and all. So some doctors are that you might have to. You should check your. You should get mammography also done at certain point of time, or you should also get these tests done, CA-125 or something. CA-125 is okay, but mammography, I don't know. I have not turned 40 yet, so but it is good to check your blood levels, at least the ESR and CRP levels, and whether to check whether there is inflammation in your body. So that protocol definitely everybody should. I think everybody should go and get their blood test done at least once a year. Check
Hmm.
their whole body because you never know what is. Some people get no symptoms and they're absolutely on stage 3. It is found out they are on stage 3. So it's just be vigilant about it and just get your test done every time. That's what I do.
It goes back to what we first discussed about self-examination,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sense of,
Totally.
okay, it's checking my body out and all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah. That took with the right balance of knowing what to do and having that discipline, I
absolutely.
guess.
Absolutely.
Wow. I'm just listening to all of this that you've gone through, and it just reminds me of a very strong warrior kind of person with that with that very like very mature look on your face, and you're like, okay, yes, 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 definitely.
That's what I think. I think I took the lessons pretty well.
What
So,
are these lessons that you're talking about? The lessons you're saying.
um, don't take your body for granted. It is. It should be treated as a temple. Seriously treated as temple. You are what you eat. Second lesson is so important because your cells become what you eat. So think before, like we think about so many things, our finance, our house, our what kind of partner do we choose. So what about our bodies? Do we have a thought that okay, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, what kind of body I want?
Exactly.
And because this is your first soulmate. Yes, other soulmates come and go, but this will always remain with you and will go with you. How do
So
you want
true.
to keep it? So
So
that's one of the lessons which I took very, very, and still are trying. I'm trying to keep it as good as possible because I know that I am now a health coach, and seeing if I don't keep it well, how will others keep it? I have to be an example first. And seeing me, so many people change their lifestyle, right? In my family who were against me, now I have completely now changed their lifestyle, reversed. In fact, one of my cousins, he reversed his cancer. My uncle reversed his diabetes. So many other people changed their lifestyle. So I didn't do anything. I just became an example that if I can do, anybody can do it. So that's one of the lessons. The third lessons is always be happy and have this good attitude towards life, no matter what. Nothing else matters because situations come to teach you something, and if you can learn the lesson and just go ahead, you will become a very different person. And growth happens every time. You just don't get stagnated at one place. I was a very stagnated person, like, but this is my area, this is my life, this is this thing, but and this is the way I want to do. But if you're open to things, you're open to discussions, you're open to meeting new people, you have become you bring so many perspectives in your life, and you see the world at different angle and eyes. So that's very important, not to just push your boundaries all the time.
hmm. Wow. So well put in a nutshell, I would say.
Yeah. I
And
hope I made myself like gave you the complete journey.
yes,
And
yes, yes, you very well did, very well did. And everything to the brief, to the core, like you've known exactly what it's been like. And what would your message be to a person out there grappling with the same kind? What should they expect? What should they not expect? Tell us.
um, first of all, I would say is that this don't treat it as something. It's even if the doctors say, don't say it's like the end for you. It is not. It can be the beginning of something new happening in your life. Secondly, there is a reason why something like cancer or any other diseases come is to stop you from wherever you are, to take you to another level, or to even make you understand that uh, somewhere you're going wrong. You need to correct things. So there's like a pause given to you by nature. So embrace it. This is the time to reflect. I loved reflecting during my cancer days, and had so many reflections about myself. So this is a pause and reflect time. Just use it, and always have a positive attitude. Nutrition is one part. Obviously, I would obviously say change your lifestyle. This. But how are you dealing with it is so important. Whether you're dealing it with grim face or you're dealing with a happy face makes a difference, because each and every cell can feel whether you are happy or not. So make your cells happy every time. That's
Oh, wow. I mean, each and every cell. Yes, so true. So
true. Like when you are happy, it actually reflects on your face, like when you're smiling or when you're grave, and then inside also, like your cortisol levels, your nervous system, everything gets affected, everything. And I didn't know this seriously, and I was like so unhappy. I had everything, but I was so unhappy inside. And we look always complaining about things like, okay, I don't have this, but what I didn't pay attention to what I have, right? So that's important, that whatever you have, just embrace it. Even whatever you're going through, embrace it. So many people just start complaining and just have so many expectations that they don't are living in this present moment.
I'm just taking in everything you said. Like, so true that you're saying. What you're saying is so true. Like, we tend to forget these things, right? We tend, and things like this happen to us, and they remind us through reflection that no, stop, think, what are you doing, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Shruti. Thank you so much for being with us today. I had such a lovely time talking to you. It put me in such a good mood. And I mean, it opened my eyes to so many things as well.
I'm glad. I'm glad that's where I'm talking. That's why I talk, so that I can make little bit of difference and bring some happiness to everybody's life, so that they, kind of take one thing from me. I'll be the most happiest person.
Wow. Definitely. You're not just doing little bit, definitely you're doing much more than that here.
I need to do more.
Yes. We all need, there's so much we need to do, right? Whatever done is always too less. Yeah. Thank you so much on behalf of Zen Onco and Love Heals Cancer. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us on your busy schedule here. And I want to wish you a very, I mean, it is the best. It is the best day for me because I've been enlightened in a lot of ways. And going ahead, happy, a good day to you. A
Thank
really
you
have
so
a
much.
good
You
day.
all have a great evening. Enjoy yourself. And
Yes, definitely, definitely. I learned so much, and I can only imagine how many people watching this video are going to, take in from what we have been speaking here.
I hope.
Yeah,
I hope so. All the best to all of y'all, and keep smiling.
yeah. Keep inspiring us. Yes, definitely.
I would definitely do that.
Keep inspiring us. Keep inspiring us. Stay strong. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.